Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So this video is kind of annoying me. I actually filmed this like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, around the time that this collection came out. Um, and for whatever reason, like I had to film it in several parts because I did do a makeup look using this collection, and that video I was able to get. So there's going to be a little bit of like discontinuity in this video where like today I'm going to have like no makeup on and my lips are going to be super red and swollen from swatching a bunch of lipsticks from the MAC holiday collection, which I also would have just put a video up for. Check it out on my channel. It should be up. If it is, I will link it here. If not, keep an eye out for it. So I will be wearing those clothes in like the first half of the video where I talk about the collection itself. And then, like I said, I was able to save the look that I did with the video. So the second half of the video, I will be from another day in another outfit with other makeup on, where I will use the palette from this collection so you guys can see how it works. But something happened with the first part of the video where I was showing you the products themselves. It just like kept like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think about it. Corrupting. The file just kept getting corrupted every time I tried to do it. So I quit on trying to get it to work and I decided to refilm this for you guys. So the collection I am talking about is the Colourpop Disney collab collection for the designer princesses. I don't remember as much about the collection now because it was so long ago that I bought this. So I know on the website they did put out a couple of collection sets. So there was the PR box, and that was $120, I believe. And it came with the 6 lipsticks in the collection, the 3 lip glosses, the palettes, and I'm pretty sure only 4 of the Super Shock shadows for some weird reason. And then there was the other collection, which didn't come with the box, but it had the 2 other eyeshadows in it. And that one was $110. So you were literally paying $10 more for a pretty box and 2 less products, which just didn't make any sense for me. Like if I were going to display it, that might make some sense, but I wasn't planning on it. There were also 2 highlighters released with this collection. I do not have either of them. Reason being, I tried to pick them up the day the collection released. There was a whole just like, I used Google to try and figure out what time 10 a.m. in California was where I'm from. And it told me it was 2 p.m. But for some reason that seemed weird to me. Like I'd always thought they were 3 hours behind, not 4. So I just so happened to look on the website at like 1 o'clock and I saw that everything was up and I was like, oh my God, it's time. I got to get it. So I put everything in my cart and I was checking out with PayPal and I got into my PayPal, got it all through, and then it like pushed me back and it was like, sorry, one of the items in your cart has been removed. It's no longer available. And that was one of the highlighters. And I was like, all right, great, whatever. I guess I lost one, no problem. Then I went and did it again and I lost the other one. So it really annoys me because I feel like if you have it in your cart, it should almost be like reserved for you for at least like 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes would have done it for me, but it kicked me out. So that annoyed me and I never went back and got them again because I was just really, really deterred by that. So I don't have the highlighters to show you. But I definitely will show you everything else that I got. So the first thing I will show you is the palette. I don't have any of the boxes anymore. I have some of the boxes. I don't have most of the boxes anymore because I got rid of them in the recycling after I filmed this video. So I can't show you that, but I can show you all the products. So this particular one, this is the palette that they came out with. And these 6 princesses that they are representing are Cinderella, Snow White, Jasmine, Belle, Ariel, and Tiana. So those are the 6. So everything in this collection, there's kind of one for all of them. And then there is an amalgamation of all 6 of them inside this palette somehow. And the different colors have different names, which are referenced to the different movies. So the look I will be doing at the end of this video is using this palette. This palette came in a beautiful, beautiful gold box that had like all of the princess signatures on it. But like I said, I don't have it anymore. And also when I originally showed this video, I had never used this product. I didn't know what it was like. So I can actually tell you now, this product is fantastic. It's just like all other Colourpop palettes. It is fantastic quality. Plays super, super well. You are kind of limited to the looks that you can do. They're all more on the neutral side. There's no really big pops of color in this. You would almost have to rely on some of the single shadows from the collection to get those pops of color. So I will swatch this all for you guys super, super quickly. But obviously that's going to be it. And then I'll go on to the rest of the products. So in the the top row, we're going to swatch that first. I'm going to do all 5 colors if I can manage. Put it on my thumb, I suppose. Alrighty. So we've got Chip, obviously from Beauty and the Beast. Juju, which I'm guessing is from Princess and the Frog because I've never seen that movie. Grumpy is from Snow White. Triton is from The Little Mermaid. And Abu is from Aladdin. So let's just do this. So that is the first row there. Chip barely shows up on me personally. It's very, very similar to my natural skin tone. But it kind of works as an all over the lid color as a base to kind of set a lot of my products. So I'm okay with that. And the other colors are also so good that I think that you can kind of forgive that the one color in the palette is not the greatest. I think I just tweaked my back by turning. Today's been a rough day for me. I said it in the video I already filmed today, but I'm like feeling super, super sick right now. I'm surprised my voice has lasted this long, and I'm hoping it'll make it out the rest of this video because I actually am supposed to film 2 more videos tonight. Hopefully I'll have time to do so. So now we're going to get into the second row, which is all glittery. All right, so we've got Prince Charming, Ray, Fairy Godmother, One Kiss, and Thingamabob. This is probably my favorite row in the palette just because I like these sparkly, sparkly colors. Really, really, really pretty. Wow. That is still like almost entirely on my thumb, which is actually crazy. Whatever. This color in particular is just absolutely stunning. The Fairy Godmother color. It's funny because I look like I have lipstick on or like lip gloss and there's nothing on my lips because they're so swollen right now. And now we'll get into the last colors. So we're looking at, give me 2 seconds. This is Enchanted Rose, Poison Apple, Magic Carpet, Beast, and Midnight Curfew. Is right there. I'm absolutely obsessed with the top 2 colors. So that's Poison Apple and Enchanted Rose. Absolutely obsessed. So that is the 15 colors that come in the palette. I think I say this, I can't even remember what the back half of this video looks like, so it might be a lot of doubling up on what I say, because in the original video, I filmed the makeup tutorial first, and then I filmed like the haul itself afterwards. So I had all these opinions formed based on trying it, and I said stuff about it. I don't even remember anymore. If I don't make references to it, my bad. I do really, really like this palette. I think it's very, very wearable colors, very, very good quality. I just wish that they'd had a little bit more fun with the colors based on the princesses. It's just a personal opinion. Oops. I still really, really like the palette, and I've taken it a couple places with me. It's just a personal opinion that I think it would have been better if they had played a little bit more like they did with the Super Shock Shadows. Speaking of those, let's talk about them next. There are 6 of them. So there is 1 for each princess, although having said that, I can't actually, and I should have looked it up. There's 2, and I don't know which one is for which movie. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark. So this one's called So This Is Love, and I'm pretty sure that's from Cinderella, like that. Like, I've never seen Princess and the Frog, and So This Is Love sounds really familiar to me, like it might be from Cinderella? Maybe? I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me down below. That's fine. So that's this color right here. And I love Super Shock Shadows. They are so freaking soft, so buttery, so pigmented, so pretty. So then the next one is called Almost There, and I'm assuming that's from Princess and the Frog, although again, I don't really know. That's that there. If you've never tried Colourpop Super Shock Shadows, I urge you to go do it because they are so inexpensive. They're like $6 and they are so freaking good. It's ridiculous. This one is in Heigh-Ho, which I know is from Snow White. Almost just like a pure like glitter. I just took a huge chunk out of it. I'm so annoyed with myself right now. Oh well, what can you do? You move on with it. You know what I mean? Don't get upset. You just move on, because if you get upset, you do it. If I got upset every time that I like gouged a makeup, oh my God, I'd be a miserable wreck, because I'm kind of clumsy. I do it all the time. This one is A Whole New World. It's beautiful, beautiful lilac purple. Super unique color. Right there. Some of these I find are much more fun than others. This one is really fun. And then the last one. This one is Be Our Guest. So Beauty and the Beast. Looks like that. And the last one is in Under the Sea, and it is this beautiful, beautiful, like minty, tealy, greeny, whatever. This was my favorite color in the whole collection. So freaking pretty. So what annoys me a little bit about these is that if you can think back to the palette, which I don't want to get out right now, this color is kind of similar to Prince Charming. This one kind of similar to Beast. This one's a little bit between Poison Apple and Enchanted Rose. I just think that they could have done more with the color selection. Put a blue in for Cinderella instead of like a pinky thing, or put an orange for her freaking pumpkin or something, you know what I mean? And Aladdin, there's so many beautiful colors in that movie, and I feel like they're just missing a ton of them. And where's the bright green for Tiana's dress? Like, I don't get why they wouldn't pay, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, homage to that, because that's like her as a princess. She's this bright green dress, and there's no bright green in this whole collection. Anyway, next we're going to talk about the 3 lip glosses. I am not going to swatch these on my lips because I just can't be bothered, to be completely honest. And they came in Bibbidi, Bobbidi, Boo. So the first one is this Bibbidi color. It's like this clear, glittery gloss, kind of for like a topper. They all have a doe foot applicator. Literally just looks like that. It just has some glitter in it. Next one is Bobbidi, and it's almost like kind of, it looked more orange online, but it's kind of like a pinky, orangey, corally kind of color. Still really pretty though. Right there. And then the last color is Boo, and it is a pink. Like that. Last but certainly not least, we are going to swatch the lipstick colors. Now, in the original video for this, I swatched them on my lips. I will do it for you now, but just know my lips are hurting. So they put out 6 colors, and these are the only boxes for the whole collection I kept because these have the pictures of the princesses on them, and I really, really liked that idea. I think the one problem I did have was I found that they did a lot of reds, and I thought that was kind of unnecessary. Like I get most of the princesses, like, you know, Snow White, you kind of got to go red because her lips and stuff. The other thing, I can never get these boxes open, and I don't want to rip them. Because I'm keeping them for a reason, so why won't you just open? This is going to end up ripping. I can just feel it. There we go. Anyway, like, I know a lot of them do have red lips, but like, again, for a overall collection standpoint, I don't get why they couldn't have like introduced some other colors into it. Just a personal opinion. I'm obviously not designing this collection. The collection was obviously super popular, so my opinion probably doesn't really even matter. That's just exactly it. It is my opinion. Come out of the box. Alrighty, so the first one we're going to do is Ariel. So what I like about these are like their Luxe, I think they are their Luxe lipsticks. I think they're matte. I just don't remember. Whatever. So this is Ariel. Now they all have all of the signatures all over the tube. So the only way to really know is to look at the bottom of whose is whose. So Ariel's is the lightest one. It's like a really, really pretty nude kind of color. That is what it looks like there. This one I do recall was my favorite of all of them, just because I thought it was the most wearable of all of the colors. The one that I would probably be able to reach for the most on like a day-to-day basis. Next up is Cinderella. It's like this beautiful, beautiful pink. And that's that one there. I also should have shown you the boxes. So this is the Ariel box. They're supposed to be reimagined as like couture runway models. This is the Cinderella box. Next is Belle. It's like a beautiful rose tone pink, as you would definitely expect for her. So that is what that color looks like there. And then this is her on her box. This is Jasmine. This color makes the least amount of sense to me. Why is it bright pink? Like, really, at what point during this did she wear that hot of a pink? Ever. Ever. When? Like, I don't understand. So that's Jasmine there. And is this her box? Yeah. This is Jasmine on the box. Okay, this one is Snow White, and as you do expect, it is like a beautiful, beautiful apple red. And then I would say, even if you didn't compare, sorry, this is the color. Even if you didn't think about the apple like I immediately did, I'm pretty sure her bow is also red and her cape is red as well. So there you go. And I think even it talks about like her lips are really, really red. So this is Snow White. Last but certainly not least is Tiana. And this is like this dark, dark red. Right there. And that is Tiana on my lips. And let me get this back in the box. That is Tiana on the box. So that is everything for this part of the video. I guess if you want to see how the palette look goes, then keep on watching. Like I said, it's going to be not very good continuity. These are the 6 colors. If I didn't show them all, I'm not super happy with the 6 colors they chose. I think they could have done a bigger variety. But again, maybe they're not like, maybe they don't think everybody will buy all of the colors in the collection. They think they'll just buy like their favorite or whatever and not be like freaks of nature like me and have to own every piece of the collection. I don't really know. But anyway, like I was saying, if you guys are interested in this collection, it is still available online. Sorry, this video is a hot mess. Sorry, I am a hot mess. But yeah, and sorry, my lips look like a disaster. If you like this kind of video, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Look at how red my hands are. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye. Alrighty, so as you guys can probably see, I have like some makeup on. It looks like virtually none, except that all of the disasters that are going on in my chin area right now are covered, which is awesome. Also, if the lighting in here looks really, really bad, it's because it is dark outside. Like the trees are blowing all over the place. It's super, super rainy out. So I'm using only artificial light and it's kind of blinding me right now, to be completely honest. So hopefully, fingers crossed that this works out. So like I said earlier, you guys would have already seen this look in the beginning of my video. We are going to be playing with this. So you saw me swatch these all earlier, but this is what it, like, I say that as in like a retrospect because I haven't touched them as of this point. But as of this point in the video, you guys have already seen like a clip. Like real life, I haven't swatched it yet. But previous life, I kind of have. Do you know what I mean? Like YouTube life. Anyway, so this is what they all look like before I've had my fingers in them. So I don't really know what we're going to do. This, like I said, at this point, this is the first time I've even looked at this palette or anything. So I'm kind of just going to wing it and see how it goes. I like to always include a little tutorial of me playing with them so you guys can hear firsthand my opinions on everything. That way, if I don't like it, you're hearing me say it right then and there rather than later me trying to remember why I don't like it, because oftentimes I find that I forget. So just to lay down a little bit of color, we're going to use this color down in the corner. This is Chip. So that must be a Belle color. But this is the one thing I do really, really like about this palette is that like you can actually tell which movies each character or each color was supposed to be like off of. It's a very, very light color. It's almost like the exact same color as my skin. But that's perfect for me for laying down a nice base color to build onto. Just like that. Do you guys see? I don't know if you guys can even tell a difference. I can't even tell, and I'm like sitting here looking at it. So if you can't tell, it's not just because my camera sucks and because my lighting sucks. It's because it is almost identical to my natural lid color. So I haven't totally decided what I want to do at this point. I think I want to play with some of the mattes and some of the glitters and some, like I want to go everywhere, kind of see how everything works. So for a darkening crease color, we're going to use this color here. This is Triton, which is obviously out of The Little Mermaid. And I'm using like, do you guys see how the shape of this brush is just like a little like thicker at the end? I just find it's really, really good for laying the initial color to deepen your crease, because while it does also go in the crease, it goes high enough above it that you are like getting some of that color up above. Whereas some of my thinner brushes, which I like to use for darker colors and actually to define my crease, don't show up super well unless my eye is shut. That one you guys can definitely see. It is still very, very subtle difference, but I mean, just looking at the two, you can tell that this one's much more defined. I'll blend it out in 2 seconds. So far, so good. So far, these colors are going on exactly kind of how I picture them going on. So like the chip I assumed would go on almost neutral, if not anything. And that Triton, this is the exact kind of color I was looking for. Now I do want to get into some of these like prettier dark colors down at the bottom. So what I think we're going to do is dip into this Enchanted Rose color. And I want to use a little bit of Beast, maybe Magic Carpet, Ray, and maybe do a little Poison Apple under my eye for a pop of color. We'll kind of see how we're going to go here. As you will have seen earlier in the video, I will swatch everything, so you would have already heard my opinions on finger swatching. This is just for me to kind of try all of the different formulas in here to make sure that they all wear like their normal ones do, which I anticipate they would, because Colourpop is one of those good ones that when they do put out limited edition collections, the quality is just as good, if not better. I'm looking for a brush. There it is. Sorry, I just realized this eye doesn't have quite as much as that eye does, I think. It's hard to tell because I'm sitting in a weird lighting. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Colourpop's really good about making sure the quality in their limited edition collections is good, whereas some other companies like MAC and Too Faced and stuff like that sometimes can kind of fall short there. Not all the time, but sometimes. So what did I say we were going to do? I can't decide. You know what? Let's go in with this color here. This is Abu. I just want to darken just the outer part a little bit. It's like a burnt kind of sienna kind of color. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted, just to darken that just a little bit. You guys will notice I'm only going from about here to maybe 2/3 of the way in because I want the inner part of my eyelid to stay a little lighter. Sometimes I do like to go in with a dark color and really, really define it, but more often than not, this is kind of my always routine. And if you've watched me do makeup before, you'll kind of notice that, like, with the exception of me trying something crazy new, most of my makeup ends up looking the same, just different color variations, because like I have a way that works for me that I really like, and I don't mind varying off of it sometimes, but for the most part I like to stay in my safe zone, as I think a lot of us do. But sometimes I'm sure you guys will also have seen on my channel that I do go a little bit out of the lines, which is fun to do as well. I'm so torn because like a lot of these colors could work really, really well together, or they could just look like muddy together. And I'm just so torn as to where I want to go. Do I want to keep on the browns look? Do I want to stick a little bit of that purple in? Okay, let's take some of this color. This is Beast, and if you guys can see, there's some glitter in there. I just want to see how the glitter transfers, because sometimes I find that you completely lose it. We're going to just do that right in the outside, kind of like in a little C shape. And this doesn't have to be perfect because I am planning on putting something on my lid later. So as long as I'm happy with the outside shape of it, more or less, I don't really care what it looks like on my actual lid because I am planning on going over it. Just darken that outer corner a bit more. I really like the way that that looks, actually. I really like that this is definitely like an everyday palette, something you could use all the time, but there is like the little bits of sparkle and pops of color in there that make it like a fun palette as well. It's kind of like a really good medium point for a palette. So I'm going to take some of this color Magic Carpet, and I'm just going to dip it on my finger because I find that these kind of shadows work a little bit better this way. And I'm going to put it kind of on the outer part of my eyelid, just like that, for a little bit of depth and color. And I wish you guys could like, I don't know if you could hear it or see exactly how light I'm touching. I'm just doing like a very, very light like flick because you can always add more on your finger. You're not really going to lose it as much to fallout. And I don't want to like push too hard because it's easy to add more and it's really difficult to take away if you screw it up. Now I'm going to take some of this color in Enchanted Rose and I'm going to put it on the inner part and blend it into that Magic Carpet. Do you guys see that? Sometimes it's fun just to put makeup on with your finger. I did go way under my eye here, but that's okay. I'm planning on like buffing it out with another color. And then I am still going to take some of that Ray color. I want to use that as like an inner corner highlight. Get right up close to you guys here. Just like that. And like I said, I don't know how you guys find some of shimmer products and stuff, but I always find that for whatever reason, they just go on so much better with a finger. So we'll leave it like that. Really quickly, I'm going to run and I'm going to put eyeliner on, then I'm going to come back and finish my under eye, and then we'll pretty much call that done. Alrighty, so I'm back. I've got eyeliner on. I meant to do thinner lines, to be completely honest, because I didn't want to take away from all the look, but then I had a boo-boo, so I had to fix them up. And I've already put mascara on, and like I said, we're going to go in with this color. This is Poison Apple. This is beautiful purple, and we're going to put that on the lower lash line. I was like, it was weird, because as I was doing it, I can see my teeth, and then I was like, teeth. Sorry, I'm sure nobody wanted to see that. Also, I moved my mirror. Oh man, that's bad. There we go. Just like that. And I'm going to call that done. So overall, my thoughts and opinions on this palette, on my eyes, I really, really like it. I think the colors show up exactly how they show up in the pan. I tried a little bit of all the formulas, the mattes, the shimmers, the glitters. I think those are the only three. Does it even say? Probably not. Probably snot. No. It doesn't. It tells me all the ingredients if I want to know, but that's not the point. So overall, I would say the colors show up exactly how they show up in the pan. Super pigmented, blend really, really beautifully. And like I said a couple times, I really, really think that this is a gorgeous palette. Not only the packaging, which is freaking adorable, especially if you're a Disney fiend, but the colors are just gorgeous. I don't know how well I think they really represented all of the movies in this. I mean, they didn't do a bad job in creating a wearable palette based on some of the characters and some of the colors from the movies. But for things like The Little Mermaid, like in my mind, I'm thinking like, where's the green for her tail? Where's the blue? And I mean, I know they put out the individual shadows kind of, I think, to subsidize for that, but I just think they could have added a little more in the palette or whatever reason, but I do understand they wanted to make it a cohesive palette, and if you do start putting all of those colors in, then it becomes less wearable. So I kind of get it on both hands. I understand, and I still love it. So if you guys want to check this collection out, I will link it down below in my description bar. I will list all the products that I talked about today. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're all back online available now. And I think the 2 highlighters are there as well that I missed. So if you like this kind of video, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.